Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Aka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear it. Let's go. Come on. Oh, let's zoom. I want to hear the man. Oh, let's zoom. Hermano. Hermano. Oh, let's zoom. Oh, let's zoom.
Me mama jo metie fuado fo mama jo mpo mu ye da nyankopon asese obia mpo mu ye te se de mi mpo mu ye da nyankopon asese ode na watwi eso adom ye ama ahoden ewo honum na me da obi bia se na watwi bia moje bre na mode hwe nokware ni nyankopon hyira obia na ansa na dwumadi ebefeti ase no meda me papa mpanfo bi ase eye nana boaten osei MPP you can say director of Germany Anna Dr. Lawrence Apia eso medana say Friends of Mahama or non you say convener ene mpanyifo ahodo bebrement me ama din afache me na mesan so ada ama omo wie you can say wasi no omo awie no enyina me mo bi atirin kwa Kumasi girls mesra mo me follow say there no exams inti mo ahye me bo a mo nto aso na mo nhwe na mo follow fan base no mo follow Today Ghana News na every week bia me build mu nyina na maba be politics nibi na so MPP o NDC no afemu aba na wafa bi nti obia betimi ahwe bi any party awo obetimi ahwe bi because miss political talk show debatable debate talk show ntino obia betimi aflo na waye yi ntina ha na ye wadwuma na eno onamfofo no mon start na mon hwe Today Ghana News Nokware no ni any de be interesting mo bebre ye wadwuma de bebre ewo afidie so ntino ansa na ye be hyaase no meka ye tiefo se dwumadie twa go live Waslina TV Imma-Adiza fan page so Facebook any Instagram into ubeko Today Ghana News Instagram so any Facebook ana YouTube na mesra mo munya na ma share ninya group you can say link na me share amamu a ya mo se munhu no eno no later u adwuma mkura wonya bra na wako no wato bo ase wo dampem na wodwedwe ho na wahwe amame na wa like na wa comment minya adaje a enne na me reply obia nyankopon hira obibia na enne dwumadie me guest a omoba Mr. Michael Arthur ana Mr. Evans Darko Mr. Evans Darko ye MDC communication member of France Epacho minya be ma ho fe me ma wadwo
minya ba misum twe na ndiri se won so ho ye ane Ghana fo nyina ne wati fo
Yankopardon
yo
Endie na Mr. Michael Arthur say MacArthur minya be ma na de anya izo
oba hima
ya feye
o ho aye femo o de wo ne se o strength sem so ma no o strength yes I think so and what ho aye feye
me da se
ti dan koma be ma ugina wachi ebo ochi dom se dwumadi wo so betimi edi no adi ni kama ene ho aye fe papa
me da se meka omodo senti meka kire omo
hey da Imma-Adiza
ai it's me da obi bia se na me distance friend me da na se ewo gift na or the send me on there on pese ebebo ni din o Jehovah Witness ebo ni din a obewu ena me da obi bia se na hema ni ana minia be ma Joe esoso medana CP intina ene no yensem rekra na ye dwumadie no ebe hyehye so meka ye topic no ye kan say akre ye tiefo ye say Macho Kalka's family atedra rejects committee reports kaka a family ni almost say omonje report ni ntum na ye baby sa ho asem afe wasi efo no so constant wasi examination leakages eno so wasi no ye beti ane se yesi bibia leak pa most especially free SHS for we there ababa be yet the norm of day just say omode omutide ani timi leak sa intino ye behwe enu hu ene de keka ho na ye beka ho asem intino yes semrekra obi a why ready bia in no particular order na obeba na ya ye ne na hyase nti Mr. Evans why ready ana say ata aye ready nti say ata me pacho questions ye koma mumienu nyina any say you say how did the Ejura committee report come to you? And know your first question no. And a second one, so yeah, do you have a feeling that the committee was set up for a cover up? And what could be the interest? Second question, no. Anna, last question, so yes, what do you make specifically on the recommendation that said nothing about the Ashanti regional minister? If he says Semekaya, Ashanti regional minister no etu nanum to say onumpo ana sending military men ne call ho. Intina say onimhu bi on sending omo ema ne ko but report ne ba ni di ba kokra ni. Onumpo de ya amoni din ni akase ya clear no or not. Intini me pacho na wachire mu ama enti no. Se mehwe na me question we anyi ba ko ano amesa ati na yae.
Yo, Imma-Adiza medasi bebre. Ma memfa akwanya we so na dedi kan. Menchia ye Nokware nie achiefo nyina. Obi bia sabri waje brese or share programming. Da bibia wo bia enanyumre enchia kese pa enko enfama. Maka ni say wie no mechia His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of Ghana. Mechiano, and then you bring esan say yem papa no or boy juma dene. Majuma a juma papa ne airborne. Idea say a seni ye pa. The papa obey tina kunya isu no or see or no. Sebi on tina a year ne toso ewa ne office. O sikrum no share juma a year na appointees a year. O share or call Ashanti region. A juma a koso or Eastern region, a juma koso or Imma-Adiza a seni ye pa. Inti nenumre enchia kese enko enfama a year yem papa Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. Afensu ene the digital man a year His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ene eye ne birthday ene so no o hye eye ensem papa amanfo e kanfa papa ho a ekire dwumadia papa eye de edi nti me so me gina sa akwanya so na ma wo hye yem papa no happy birthday na yasre se onyankopon emma no ahoden ne dwuma pa nyamedini di boase Ghana man ebitimi etumpon no nyankopon hye ne dene me de da bia meka me si papa no oye nyame ama nyankopon ene di no ama oman Ghana irrespective of your political affiliation papa no dwuma wo die no ade se eso ani yie pa no kwasem ni se sabre wo hwe the transformational agenda ekoso in Ghana in terms of digitizing our economy papa odi mutinti man and juma all bono ye bompa ye se nyankopon be koso abono ho ban na watimi akoso adi sa juma no enti no His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia enanyumre me Michael Arthur baby a obetimi nka every bia no me wish you happy birthday na every one na nso no mse enam branch bi so enam enya akwanya Imma-Adiza me di sa juma enti akese Koma Germany MPP branch nititu me boss Nana Boatin communication director and Chiakese and confirm no afe so communication team members ni na Nana Benyi Opon Thomas Boampon omo maka nyina nchia and confirm omo and amiaka san so chapter your friend say Frankfurt chapter it me chapter mpanimfo nyina so enchia enko enfamom ne Imma-Adiza em say asemo ene odi aba no o say kaka ebusuafo are rejected the committee's report na in my opinion ansana obi betimi aka say or reject sa report we no na ɛwɔ sɛ ne nyina so ɛwɔ the terms of reference sɛ ɔmode ma committee no na sɛ all of us as a people anaasɛ those of us in the media space no asɛm no bae ne nyinaa no committee ne tena ase from the beginning till the end ɔmo wie ɔmo enquiries ne ade no the perception especially the media atoato mu ni sɛ as if the committee's work was all about Kake's death, which is not the case. The committee's work was not based on Kake's death alone. Me progressing with my comments. No, let me put it that way. At least I would try and refresh the minds of Yetiefo on the reference. I'm saying until we share the first year, or see conduct a public inquiry into the circumstance that led to the occurrence at Edra in the Ashanti region on Tuesday, 29th June 2021. That is the first reference. That is the first reference. Then the second reference, I said, inquire into any other matter. Any other matter the committee considers incidental or reasonably related to the course of the events on 29th of July 2021. Incidents leading to the course, one of them, the issue of Kaka Niwu. And at the end of the day, the committee establishes and one of the reasons trigger the incidents a course on 29th. So, but that's the media, any people commenting about the issue, and I said the work of the committee, no manakwa kwayese, Kaka warning thing you're setting up the committee. But that is not the case. That is the first point I want to raise. Now, say no every one man, Imma-Adiza, say family enyina so almost they reject so almost spokesperson. Your friend said nephew, and kasa on behalf of the family. Now, enyina so edikan, and he said, or see, going through the document, you realize that there are a lot of factual inaccuracies. Asem no nipo no osan to aso. Ese nipa na eye adwuma nipa nan na nipa kwotena omanim nti omadwen kire na omudi aba. Mitie ne nkasa no what I was expecting and say enka obe make reference to a particular statement in the report. Say these are factual inaccuracies. Me reading the report where I see factual inaccuracies, testimonial amount for the MI, and on that score I will agree with him because some of the witnesses were not forthcoming with the truth. There were some form of inaccuracies in their testimonies, and report findings they made references to some of the inaccuracies in the witnesses now almost statement. So if that is the point the family wants to base on to reject it, then me imagine say the committee largely dealt with the inaccuracies now what witnesses with their findings. When you go to the findings of the committee's reporter, inaccuracies they made specific references to some of them. Any dear family I refer to I think in my mind they are not doing justice to the report itself. And me me who say almost spokesperson no in his statement no okay baby or say they will study and take further action. So it means that before coming out in the crano, now omunyanya botre entnase and go through the report thoroughly. Said the bay on betting who dear was a omoba bontian casabeka. But me feel say most of the time, dear air question is we listening to a lot of issues happening in the media space. Na dudwana jinaso kasa wa bra yenya botre en gene de pese ye ka ho yenya botre nya hwehwe mu en kwasiase ansa na ye wo bibia ebeka yaba be ye yaba beka but me can say no so no mesan agina ehwo ana mabo eye spokesperson na baso in one way because okay and some na omudi aba no most of the witnesses no by so mobile be dia omubai so omuba be de omuba be diatro diatro no mra kwa so no omude be de omude be fa so they will seek to address those issues at the law court, which I think is perfect. And as a people, this should give us the hope say when we have issues, when we have challenges, the best thing we do is to go through the right channels, a bit me address it, your grievances. And for them to say they will go to the law court, make sure those inaccuracies are in some of the witness statements by I think say it is in order. And a honmono mebo a year a branchiana or casama busiano abasu yepa. Now, these are massam no. May ye we say ne free hono. May share from certain perspectives. And the first one I will consider the media and the reportage. At the time kaka incident no the ebaye no. Meaning say ya bo sansem hu bebre ama nipa bebre ayede. So we share issue no said yes na. When you look at this media space, the issue was that Kaka was a member of Fix the Country a group, no, and that is the reason why ama abrantie no obi akoye no bone ana bone. That was the discussion na ateki the media space. So now Imma-Adiza say who read the report now. I think said the report revelation Abani said Kaka's death has nothing to do with his activism. That is the reporter, and that was his CA. So I expect
from him.
Mbacha will say,
Me say me patch up from him.
Mbacha say, oh, report now. And Kamepe say, overcourt the recommendations. And I said, findings. That is the findings. Mbacha, mami, ain't ready that aspect, you know. Na IT because I'm very profound for this particular discussion. So we call findings now. Very, very profound. It Imma-Adiza Nyabotrema me as I go through the report. On say a 55-page report. A idea say report ebi wo mu ye pa. Ebi wo mu ye enye asenke.
Many kra ha ma de ochroye no.
It tells you the work the committee did. So it tells you the work a year committee a year. So me say obi rabishi ejuma committee ni ya na ya dia a year mahumiti ye pa. Now, I see in relation to events leading to Kaka's death, the wife informed the committee that no, I think that's not the one. Let me look for that one. But Imma-Adiza, in order not to waste the answer, spoil the ears of
about final submission.
Exactly. Made me about me. And you know, the attorney said the committee made it clear. Say, Kaka ni no, it has nothing to do with the social media activism. No, no. That is the statement from the report. So, and you know, we in the media space, you know, sometimes the commentaries we make, the way we report issues when they come up, you know, I think that the media should be very circumspect when it comes to reporting on issues. Because most of the media personalities now, you know, and I said media firms and other media groups, you know, I said they always want to rush in putting stories, making breaking, and no, it take a center stage of some of the things I did better. At the end of the day, no shishemu bebano na kwa ye say ye pray ho and ye din sem bi be ye day ebetuja and no so the people in media space no e was say yes and asem no so buy no sha a particular media station bi and I hear day e di asem no buy e ma omo ye day omo ekofa report na the attorney say onusu no ye key one the person who reported the story no ye key witness ye Erastus Asaredonko na me ready ne witness statement or maya or say or no and 3 other people they were invited to cover a planned protest, which means before they go to Adriano, now they had a fair idea of what was happening in Adriano. So, and that is what makes it very evident, say, na amount for a year because of Kaka or a member of Face the Country, and say, only evidence or the man say they were invited to go and cover a planned protest, no, not just because they had a foreknowledge about events and a course of Imma-Adiza mpacho the make sometimes my advice to all the media personnel and our persons they say we should be very careful of the kind of statement that you put to in the public domain because the media is there to educate, the media is there to entertain, and the media is there to make sure say stories are publicized. Said at the end of the day, no, you bring accurate information. But into media to some extent, make us say media no amwa this particular issue because a man koye deja say a branch no fix the country member.
Sir.
No major honum na maka say one, it is one problem I have with the report. Say that was a foreknowledge. The committee knew about that statement, but at the end of the day, they were not emphatic.
It's me pacha ube rapo amai because a brene ya e break.
Oh, Imma-Adiza.
Nayaba. Hey, macho bebre cry.
Oh, me ko naposo Mr. Mami just
o final conclusion anya say ebetia wa
mpacho mate enti no maka media de na wie no ma membra security services no so reading the report no I think say one area me who said there were a lot of lapses with the security services any or more in terms of gathering of intelligence. And so read the report now. There is one retired kind of be nas the information or the I think say they very, very profound, they are very emphatic. And OSHA report no so it goes in the direction of criticizing the security service, and I think it is rightly so because OSHA and someone omo security persons no buy evidence omo de buy no me no me read the report na me share omo information omo de buy na enye dey ensisi so because one mo say before amo beko funeral cemetery
Obreno aye bre
design there in fact what bomb ashe mu pa o
nti no on say ai share say okwohwe a obonu time na say media ni nyina me de ma o
mpacho mate wo de ma me twa no snappy nti ehonom no ade say me wo problem kakra with security for no nti say committee no can say omo dwumadie no ansania any recommendations omo de bae no concerning the security operations no I think say it is in order. Then key witnesses no so nsama omo de bae no ehona na make say obi ti say Erastus nsama obeka MCE no nsama okan I think say report no and dealing with all the aspects of MCE nasem and na wo kan regional minister and so nsama okan no I think say regional minister and nsama okan ni nyina no was also it was confirmed by other security persons. For me, yes, as a regional minister, the Nenka was say, Ninsem no etimi take a key part of such a report.
On that note,
said we see
on that another 2 minutes better so I'm still counting. Me that's a fan, I mean
Imma-Adiza.
Tie for yebeko minua bema Evans so. Ti minua bema mpacha say questions ni nyina what
yo metini nyina bebe
if I show you
nedi kan emeka say radin show na amount kwatenten only offense
amen
bit say amarozi and said because say munya bre ahihya mrema na isi na ya doing Ghana for ya Ghana issues nti medasini akonya na medina fidie so say bio adinche modern ama excessively John Dramani Mahama and NDC parliamentarians you know say afi in the history of Ghana I think that Fourth Republic as opposition when aboduma because a by moment of time pa issue ba kwa ba na ye kan ho ase no ne foforo about corruption ya memo boni say when moment of time but when abo ho modern one so say Ghana nyinam say when abo modern proper na me dina chere NDC phobia say you see the be America say obi any name as NDC you see na aban also clear indication just as one say said international report say one new aban and one akronfo in the history of Ghana aban in history wa population and one year there be amekoso kasa asem we aban say bi o kan corruption 111 sim project away nti na say bi o penifon so Imma we trust are nso ye follow ne bit say NDC fans chairman and I found that na okan be o na bo masima ana member bit say Freeman akudugu ana Dr. Lawrence Apia Dr. Medasi P na yanko Mr. Aqua UK Imma yambra issue ne so ninu ya kasa bi pri na won se ne kasa mu nyina no ka ko si se ogito mo se a report no Imma report no oha wo hu into bibia na obehwe report yo beka se pepe bia na yo bia onka no kre ne se onka no kre so onte oyawa abusuafo ne de ekom
sa
Imma we who is a report me fan sen me the report me ka madam for be say enkusifu I don't think make asa Imma I never saw what go report by just a short report. A short did a good work compared to this one. Government cover it with a white paper. So what you say? Say be a boy sitting MP so throw obedient extra. With someone and you're holding responsible. Into baby I see young far people and the media work community. Let's go straight to the point. the security system in the country is very porous, as you can say. And why a dream to say, Negana, Intinanke, a best say, leadership, by example, His Excellency Kufuado, and Canadian Nessa obey. Don't show the people, the wrongdoers. But what is happening per the report, which says the government is protecting and shielding the people, especially the top politicians. You see, now, maybe if you do the photograph, you soldier for ne said you are posted for when threatening on so for. So, your man order say, Koshutia, use your conscience. Because I be said you, the 2 year or 2 year of the bone pay. So, wouldn't you be an hour with beer? And can you ever say you, young a month from Cotnas and Nipper, I could down 4. Now I'm going to report to women to her. But young 4 don't tenacity as on mine. Now, me and say, no, more burning will be a bonnet and free. Now, what you two know, whom you pay. I don't know where do we go as a country. You see, Emma, me come report Naples. Report on a 55 page, and my kind in Navy. Now, it confirms, and the minions are confirmed. It is flawed recommendation. Recommendation quite seems to be a because I didn't hear need to. So what do you mean? What is that? Your will be your work class, a class when you put from pen. Or but the session song can see it. Knitting the same thing. What kind of report you need and you need to? It do better question, especially. Oh, honestly, you see, sometimes Anna is very painful because there's security at stake. As we join Ghana, Obi Obeka said Ghana is very savior. On kind of correct. Internet can present the we are ban. Young from a nationalistic point of view, say, report to paper out. What is the value added that is going to solve the national problem? Benji, Emma, we say as I said, you, Mona, we say, me, committee, you are one car and I say free.
It's your mocha.
Hey, and they are boka. Because this time I say, Emma, report to you. Yako ye ni masoman. The rest of the issue, one emile short to the aba. Yatwa komi, and so very. Among kwa election by ye kunipa 8. And Upian can have some momentum. So when people commit crime with impunity, see, that's one chest out, that's one go scot free. At the expense of the poor and ordinary Ghanaian. What is the leadership here? So therefore, we keep on always appointing people to, undertake this kind of report Duma. Then we are wasting money. Are you getting my point? Yes, Sika. But I'm not focusing on Sika. I did do a man. Or money no identity. I can say, a bit to say Dr. Vladimir Andrew Danso. A bit to say Justice George Kumsin. And Penifobia, we are looking up to them. We hope that their expertise and experience and to come forth Senka. And this is sign in aspect of money bono, the security, and I say, aspect be and bet say yet when your mama say, more money and couldn't number the report to the war. Me a queen man I say about here 28 findings and 10 recommendations. In my hair, I wish you phone when they can, Naima Yako. Na yemawen said you once we go in 2020 election yemobia yako. Now this is a warning and a signal to the people say very soon one day there will be accountability for those who say you they have power to intimidate and kill ordinary Ghanaian because of power. Well, there is respect for human life. Now my phone call recommendation can some remedy. Okay, recommendation 10 and na me kan na me tia na me boyfriend. You see, okay reference na one day ba. Yan ko say again na tell reference o. En ko say dey na see ma kaka e wo ni ba ni disturbances ba. Report you kan reference recommendation 4 a fund funding 4 or see kaka wo no e buy and e wo the disturbances e buy. Inti Vladimir Ekasa TV say, or see any kaka na one day, which is not true. But to read the entire report now, the findings in the recommendation now is headed to Kaka. So if I don't know, a bit to say a fencing, Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Ose, you issue a command as if we are going to war. The Central Command, the 4th Fencing Infantry Battalion were all deployed. Report and say it is unnecessary. Now, what I say unnecessary, we one outcome. No one a recommendation say, oh, and this idea, you transfer honorable, and transfer DCOP, FNSN, Philip Hammond. Somebody is dead. And then America say, what is the value added out of this report? Because he a cool Ghanaian, the poor Ghanaian, because Mekasa Kakayari no, I got that hospital. NPP, NDC, FNSN, what do you call him? Parliamentary candidate, in a 1,000 in the hospital. This is a poor family. And this will be the best we can do to punish the wrongdoers is to transfer them. A similar thing happening with Honorable Hawkins in Quarter 2. See, I don't have the case near transfer. And they say, well, yes, sir, what are you bringing on board as a leader? Well, you say that people are suffering, people are committing crime and going scot-free. Now, as the country, how do we progress? If you say we could be up on back, we 5 years. We'll be to work, we'll be not free. Think about this. So sometimes when you talk about it in political terms, it doesn't really make a point. I think Command said, Yensi Sports and Recreational Center, and what a gra. Now you've no channel when energy alcohol. You see? Report the affairs, Mawaka. Obiu Nokware report to any issue nearby now. Oh, catch Ghana for say you Ghana for me. The report is trying to say, yeah, more than yes, in the increase sport more. The problem is job. People are not looking for a place to play. What is the problem? Kaka was reporting bad rules. Kaka was reporting the evils. Reporting so I can confirm or 6 say. Kaka Adam for a some confirm this guy Omar a big wakas. I say Kaka can Macon report himself. MCE, former MCE, 2 bodyguards, Salisu Bamba, any and we are pretty up what we see when they come. Kaka can say video or to that effect. Nothing evidence we now or nothing we can we now report no we have a bit nothing on what to papa say. The first thing say young capacity abusua. We be say and yes idea for saying woman na the first woman or the statement my police also at the scene who say enipa mienu at the adwane no. What is the first statement? Imma I say we na same bio it is another attempt to shield and protect killers and a murderers. It's easy. You can just go and take a DNA from the 2 sticks. Many of us said just last week before our investigation question. The police went there again. You can just conduct a DNA at the crime scene to confirm say indeed if say FNSN 2 MC bodyguards in the Kuna and answer them. Report now confirm say Kaka MPP bodyguards no so ampa they were FNSN MC guys. I feel they were now relying on the story say Kaka was killed by family. The mammy offense, Madam Sahudu, I confirm say they were at peace. But okay, report you findings here. Or based on one guy be Aminu. Aminu was not in the country when the issue happened. It's like another same because Aminu, oh Namo Burkina Faso, and I'm not gonna make catch there a friend and Kaka San only brain free prison. It doesn't make sense, excuse me to say that. Into report in there, see you try and Kaya Waka. Into report in there. Flooded findings. Any any standardized compared to offense a malicious report. And I do value be to young man going forward as a country. But what do we keep on wasting our money? Now what you recommend and say, you see a baby and Colanco say you. The problem in the country is what we are looking for solutions. So if say this guy involved in social activism and I'm in the war. What do we do as a country? Suggest something that will solve the problem, but you don't come to, empty. It's an empty report. We are changing human life. If say human life is less valuable, then what the president could have done say, because it's not possible. That is why we need to let people account for what happened. And this will be a deterrent for others. But ask yourself, did they report anything like that? So people are being protected and shielded. And gradually, the law is being broken down. And this government is promoting that. Because I'm sat here,
me patcha all stamina up in 2 minutes, Samamino.
And a friend said, me more example. Honorable how kumsi issue no. Ekusi say, anya ankusiaka. You must say high court since sitting and data force of we when cover and ekusi say. The offense, data force and offensive vigilante of the government have infiltrated into the security apparatus. And that causes problem, but as a leader, you should bring them to book so that to serve as a deterrent to the people. Because all this detriment, it is the poor people have been affected. You see, these people say when protected this evildoers. Is it the report we should have? Is it the kind of leadership? The president should come out. My brother Michael is speaking for the government. On my instance, whereby those who have been, commit crime are being punished. So, in short, what they are trying to do is to delink the death of Kaka from the entire issue. But it's not possible because all the evidences are proving, say, what the security couples did. They lied to the defense and the committee. We have evidences there. Why don't you use those evidences? Why you just beating about the bush with this report? So, Imma-Adiza, this year, non-American say, report a premeditated report because they know what they want to achieve. They want to show these guys, and then the link, the Kaka's death, but it is the undelinquable. We cannot delink it. It is real. Say he was killed because of his. They use the word probably. Now, Imma-Adiza, will be a committee crime. Do we use probability as a judge? Who is the Justice Judge Kumsin? There's a crime. There's a high evidence. There's a physical evidence. So why do you use probability to solve this problem? Now we be can say simple for you and now high couple be to say let do say when they are going scot free. When can confirm report to say when breachy and I say when you follow the procedure to manage offense crime what do you call it? Crowd control and management. So people are being just wiped because somebody's negligence and incompetence and you didn't say anything about it. So this report is very flooded. Thank you.
Thank you. Pa na ansa na yebeto aso ama say makata aba no. Kwabena J mini abe ma ehwe ama santoa Mr. Benjamin Pabiti Opon Oduku Mohammed Awa Abongo Masud Thomas Buampon Nana Beyin bai watwemuko Anna Hilde Wua na ansa na yebeba ye second way so na Opon Oduku said the NDC is always trying to score cheap political points. It's high time they face the reality and tell Ghanaians the truth. Anna Thomas Buampon also said greetings to Evans. Our son so see Evans, oh yeah, a propagandist. Anna Uncle Benjamin so say watching with you. Tete Gibson so say well done, my younger brother. Comrade Evans, and our NDC, patrol the French men try into no maybe into Yabama, Mr. Se Makata Abana, Wabetua Swama and San Yede, Jumedian, a Fedi Hono Ediaba.
Yo, Imma-Adiza.
Se Makata into no ha in 10 minutes, no,
Minia Evans. Sensem na wakan no ma adwene mu no ensisi so papa adenti na mekasa o kire se abi dino abi wakas nensem a ono ekan ye na evidence a o maaye no eno so na committee no egina ye de sa report yi ebaye. That is one. And I was see aminu enso so evidence a o maaye no and no the core of someone committee no at the buy. I think say that is factually incorrect. Adentina make sa wo hwe ono na sema okaya evidence o maya eye aminu no nipa miensa ena eka sa asem no. The same thing anase enam ono so ne kwan so eye co-tenant no obi ene ne yire so ho and eye Fuseni Ibrahim ena afin so no Sadia Fuseni omo no eye awarefo ena Muniratu Ahasa enso so omo evidence a omo di maaye no eno ne the core of eye committee no ensem a omo di baaye ena omo making reference to Kaka eyire nso so ensem a oye de obeka ye. One, Kaka yire suggest said there was threats on Kaka. And afei so no party members be any ninya entokwa. Okan say wonim nipa no. But committee anymore tonight went me and a single person's name. Say nipa's mess ena Kaka any near day ekon ye ana or threaten Kaka life.
Ebia no osuro.
Imma-Adiza ebia no osuro de ye de kan asem saying. Sebi asemasi nipa asem fa no ho no enye obi hunu ukunu intini sesa ensem we wunimu a I believe send kokotna community nanim no there was o sisu diaka se kwadwu manu adwo mansa ya bruwa eni nipa omo threaten eye mikunu enti misusu se omo threats enti na ama mikunu ayede egu o kan no tra wenti mi anyede. All that she said was speculative, and that is enshrined in this report. So, and the report they gave, and I said, findings, they said, say, all the things are, or no, any kakania bermano ekaino, they were more of speculations than being factual. But yes, nipa miensa a co-tenant no omunsema omukan no they were very very specific. Intino minuane nsema okan no I think say he spoke out of primitive and I say pre-oriented mindset be and or they can't name somehow the organ. But I made reference to the reference I did my committee no Okasan were making any reference to that, but the committee was given a specific assignment and they couldn't have gone outside their jurisdiction. So Intiminiano Asama Wakano, he should come back now on trace references I did my a committee no did they go outside that reference? Were they able to meet that requirement nana? And reading the point, the report on largely, the answer is yes. Largely, the answer is yes. In Timiniano, the security issues near the idea of you see, your political opponents, they want to base on every situation and try to make say the upon Oduku kind of score political points. And sometimes a foothold in say, if you wish a government to collapse, and that is what happens. NDC will always go along the propaganda way. No omu make a situation in Luku as if say Ghana sebi eda ejem, which is never the case. Ghana and nejem intiniminia misrao Ghana asumdie wa Ghana pa. What you say? If you are talking of countries in Africa asumdie wa onoma Ghana ye ni kan kra ye to so be mienu intino asumdie wo manum. Yes, I agree, say security issues here and there wo, and most of these things so Imma-Adiza the tell say it is staged by people, and recent a year armed robbery cases so ewo Accra it is come out say a year most of these things are being staged video wow. And sometimes when you hear of it it's so pathetic. So when we say yeah obi yeah, the obi akwa jina traffic light ni esi fa bag bra na obi jina motor so no atwen ama traffic light traffic light aso ansa no
yeah na hwe
Where does this happen? You see, and people are staging all of these things just to create impressions. Say, "Oh, my name Why do we do this to ourselves as a people?"
Makata, and only the America a CCTV camera, a world road in the capture you.
And yet CCTV, Imma-Adiza, that is not. It was a recorded video. It's not captured by CCTV.
Wow.
A recorded video. So, yes, the echoes were me, my mind. I always say, said, because I want my government to succeed. Until we have to say it. So, I was here. Now, on mine, that is the way to go. But not just creating non-existent, your friend is saying, situations. Now, to the media space. Now, as if say Ghana at the gym. That is not what is happening. That is not what is happening. I agree. Say a near man in but at least there are a lot of positives. I bet me a derive as of mine near working on it. I hear better said the we are a developing country. Into this issue there, a idea beba. But they make what must say a idea say problem. A idea say beba. But let us not create non-existent issues and propagate it. Minimum money necessary Ghana That is not what is happening. In the Imma-Adiza Misrao, Miniano, Nisama Wakano. For me, the report, you cannot write the report out. Me and rubbish report, what I say outrightly. I agree. Say, and you may be many or more and you can say that. And yet everything are kind and correct. If you can probe further and no bisa questions, which I agree. But largely, they met the recommendations and I say the demands are and our references are they met it. Largely, they met it. That is the story. Don't let us twist the issue and make it sound like I said they were there just to have fun and they never brought out anything good. That is not true. Medasi bebre Imma-Adiza.
Me pacho yo medasi pa we dia wodi ahyem wo ha amaye. Inti no me nua be ma Evans wo wa ye betoa eso ono so on 10 minutes odi be rapport up the first way no.
Say yo medami nua atase. Na I say
I final conclusion on the first topic.
When people at baby I say inaccuracy. And so no say he agrees largely report tonight then or how and then besides specific, what is the value added? It's report or how many bit me solve it. Why the findings when interview go for baby now finding call under honorable Bamba uncle paragraph I think the paragraph 3 say he told the committee that the suspect had been arrested in connection with the murder of Kaka. Hassan and Ayas were party members he knew. He admitted that he socializes with them. So Mr. Nameka in your report you so. And I go to in your report you so. You see, okay, and can interview a wire. I think say it be a some person based analysis on the interview of these 22 people now. Okay, fine. But we say interview we now you say findings now. And your recommendation now put the buy. So any so and reflect it. So what I say? Yes, sitting at the disturbances, but then a defense a kaka will buy a recommendation as a young time will be a kunipa.
Me pacha o camera na hour off. Yet so voice in epe.
My camera no off. But you okay?
Me who a blank.
Baudine
the Akama.
Bemi de me home.
Me.
Yeah, me correct.
Yeah, men are my rana.
You see, in Emma, I had not when my young Nokware. Yanka said Ghana. Ghana, ye may na say, oh, so per se, your security issues are some. Near so security issues are. Near can say one intimacy, Nassi. And then I end this way per se. You're turning their mess into a message for the good people of Ghana. Obuchi will be a punishment of Sanye, sir, manifesting than Sanye, ye set a standard. Now, the generation is so percent report to ban this whole problem. Only pass reporting back once my own back on punishment. Oh, if you're not calling baby. How do we solve the problem? And in your broadcast, as you and your report 55 page, a solve money problem. And then your report by the bay do matters of mine. And no one said, Nayaka. And to me, and I said, no, so one of your audio or your second topic. On Tiffany James said, to him, and him a report tree, Ubi a kunipe eco free, and no one said, Nagana for come. ABS pen, ABS you can't by adding. Mamma, the examples. And to say stage, one for stage, Corona attack. Which means I got an iPhone. You say iPhone doesn't exist. We cannot have a friend and fake. So problem in want me have a fake. And therefore we need to minimize and eradicate the offense, the original issue. Which will be another jam. And what's my echo? Now report your wow say Kaka would or say it on one account reference report you say Kaka wood was as a result of the disturbances. Now when the disturbances happen, then a bear way was inside the entrance way. You see, and what's my echo? Into the million so one tick or ya was so people who are and your bro 55 people. I am for punishment in ordinary. And my country said, my men are neighbor wound young common sika. The nipper is a to depend. If there is no justice, there will be peace. You best have original as of mine with another 100 pages of paper. Into more yes standardized paper. No fact took as what you will be as what you said. San ye coin a boor mine. And the million or about on campaign because we report.
If he say, Mecrano. Time yam say a draft committee dieno. Yen shall see a crown. Anna me who say a dear Siaga if he say a short committee dieno. Yes, sister dear, no one none no sana yesu nane be. Me who say, I say a noon plan what evidence, video evidence crown. Uncle Siaga. Now we. I mean who say Siaga to my hammer or
Emma me to one over. Madam, me never can I am never yen Ghana for. When me and kind of crunch. You see, send this in side we see and demonstration be 1,000. Let's be honest. Let's give all government the same standard of measurement, the same yardstick. I'm not fool. One can was a man who see there. Who can send this for Neka? Into we say near Michael, and in Webina, so then you did it to send Oku or Pin or the born one. And Cabatan make that as my caca. And yan solely as of mine, yan solely what is bad and what is yan solely and support what is good. That's why for me to emphasize million. Mufa conscious in nature because support Naka say a whom he has be the place so just here. Yes, say what I can be Bia who's show who was in Ungo to said Binyan Sabine was I do him, subcepta fracture. What's in your intelligent son? A fancy police station went Barbation. Now, so therefore, do one a police station there, Shana. So why do you shoot all people? Who can Ghana for see my anchor and then for some yank? And yeah. So what I say? Until one person Pepinka, until one about this and DSP Hammond, one can free, we go because the poor cannot seek redress at court. Because the unity, the top politicians, officials involved in this offense, in negligence, they are going scot free. That's what we are talking about. Sankagboya set the precedent here. Why? Because sometimes we need to think rationally as a human being. But going forward as a nation, I think we have to let, right is right to be right and wrong to be wrong. So, Emma, I think it's the first topic. I am DBC.
If I show you any medasi, na ebia any hobium na yebeko second topic ne so na mafa akwanya we aka say mechia meda sponsors mienu ase Trabias collection and slim decorations emreninti anaya anamintimi embobo bomudinti no mode beche brano na yebe na mesre etiefo adofo ahwefo say medofo bi so say opese oche airtime ne ye fanto public odi ane say obehwe na wa inbox me watcha so hwe na yepe oma follow Nokware ni da since 15 February ever even enye ho kra na every March June mu ho baby kra no dia ye be ma airtime of your choice ye de ma until we pe now their inbox messenger until the bar mema airtime me dofu bi no na mesa aka etie for say Reverend Ade kura wan de bia na akɔhyɛ akyire nti mehwehwɛ ato hɔ sɛ mehwehwɛ na mehu a efi sɛ mepɛ sɛ mɛka biribi na my mistake nti na me feel sɛ wa ha menya no easy enso so ya menya no easy saa nti no mehwehwɛ ato hɔ anaasɛ mɛma producer aha mehu ɛne easy wa ha sei ɛsɛ yes week yeah komo a mobehwe no de today Ghana news nyina wow behwe bia MTN free MTN ana Vodafone airtime free o hwenko ade free sponsored by Apostle Stephen Amwakon of Inner Word of God Ministry no so eba dwumadie so me say obesa ohunu ndwumadi ekoso wo station enwanwaso yi a eni seso yidi a agese o like station no na o like pe ebema wo me friend say prompt na say we notification said the Facebook ya no can notify with numerous of programs na eba pe na wa click na wa he ubenya de wo so pe obi a woni favorite ubenya bia kan nigye de bebre social issues ni news into ubenu se ubenya niema bebre wo so a ebeye wo nigye into ne yebeko second topic na no so in no particular order de why ready bia ebetimi aba me akọ second year the national second topic ni mu ha mebra se makata aba into na education ya time ni nyina na yete examination leakages yete pa but I say free SHS for die ye bibi into no constant wasi examination leakage in can because say WAEC because no na me it's in what could be the cause of the recent constancy in the leakage of WAEC examination questions. Anna Diatosumienu so say, what does this portend for the future of this country? What can be done to arrest this worrying phenomenon? Into no when no munyina ye hawa aba et yetedo ana ye mreno na I can say social media ni honiti na na ma yenti ana because ya twitwa nkrofo die mu na say ba
Imma-Adiza me da se bebre we de mebo bibi taw na matoa
semakaka
mbacho Imma-Adiza otimenka okay me yet sure say Imma-Adiza entimenka but Minu Evans you made a statement incorrect. Osi Kaka Wu was triggered by the disturbances. Kaka's death was pronounced on 28th of July 2021. And a year disturbances took place on 29th. Indeed, there is no way his death could have been premised on the disturbances. It means that statement, it is not correct. And I mean, you did not speak to the reference point I did my committee, as if say you are delving into other areas and yet premised on the references I did my committee, once now can me feel say but opinions as they say are like noses obia de ebonanim. Imma-Adiza mamen ko the second topic say examination leakages. For me, I would look at it from the point say as a country, Imma-Adiza wa wisha say no kan say even momo bresokra nede these issues have been there from ages. It has been there from ages. And as a country, you're more a homodene. Now, me, because I was and now I am in the educational fraternity, no, I have a lot of stories to tell when it comes to these examination malpractices. I had a course on. Imma-Adiza, me shall see any DNA say previously, na a individuals be and a pet connection at WAEC. No my day, oma koto questions no. No muna ba various schools ababe de ababe pe amount for no ma collaborate no my de oma ton questions na mama. But and then because of the advent of a year social media no, very easy to access this information. And me as a teacher, I know this for a fact. And yen throw na midi. Say when they bring the questions in some schools, yeah, babechiche questions na no more you be their fast here. Then they go and print and make copies. But what I say, then some of them will go and hide somewhere and begin to even solve. We say, and nay, uko schools nibi ohonuma. That is what is going on. Almost questions no when it is submitted. Now, oma photocopies, then amount for good baby. Almost solve the questions no at the AMA students. Okay, that is going on, and I know that for a fact, said the American. I know that for a fact. I'm not here to lie about anything. It is a fact that is going on. And why is these things are these things happening? Why are these things happening? They are happening because of one. Yen nipan kasa ye wo manum no yen attitude towards cheating. Me fan is about 99% of nipa a wo manum no would want to cheat. About 99% of nipa a wo manum would want to cheat. Into one, when you go to WAEC for edumedia, get any say, mo epe nipa, munni nipa mo employ omo as your staff, as a mo ye examination on beche so. Iti mo yusu a teacher for, and a more mushe mon so yede, edi mamo. The question is, who fe nipa na mana babeshe and so no? How are you sort of treating nipano in terms of remuneration? How do you nipano? I'm waiting are you committed to a jumana or no? Intino sa wo kofa teacher ni na one man no ebia 10 cedi after invigilation. Imma-Adiza, let's say students ebetimi akeka ho abom enya onye invigilation ba kunwie no ye mano ebia 1,000 Ghana cedis. Let me be a bit moderate. Ye man 1,000 Ghana cedis. Any say okwa akwaji eye 10 cedis every wire konoma. Imma-Adiza, sabi nipa dodo na se uyi nipa ebia emudu agina ho a unya emumienu ombeka se ye de ye beji 10 cedis ni eja eye 1,000 cedis na ebia be free kona bia ye de abaye botum no. So entine kwan a WAEC for na nkasa efa so treaty omo for omo hwe so eno no eye one of the key reasons in tia sadi we de ekoso. And now to me, the fact that ye can examination body a war on many more a year WAEC in Kwano. I think say and also so one of the major problems. It is for me, if I am to give any advice, say on my I believe say ye open up ne pay other examination bodies and no maybe a student na say me ba be yen so here I can choose which of the examination body am any omo be there because this problem no it has been there in existence for all these years. Sa problem na there so entino WAEC no say issues way ba as a country no kwan be so any fa handle no omuya investigation ya train student bia so ya yesi but WAEC ho na sa problems no emanate from no WAEC for no kwan be so na ye di omafa over the years. It for me I see say one oko eye WAEC ho it's like a cartel bi no ma ayeden abuild or a binum dia yomu business. When it is examination time, they look at the vulnerability of students, because students there obia person or passing so we. It can be obefa so ebi obetimi a passing no. Obefa so. But at least more and more yet the examination, but the more there was mutimi put two measures in place, betimi dia kateli sa happenings way. But over the years, nothing is happening to the people working at WAEC. And near Babet now near Kamwasem the following year, a Besayede, Akoso. That is a big problem for us to deal with as a country. And for me, it is based on our attitude. Your penchant and now your penchant of wanting to cheat the system and not end yet the cause of all of these things. And yes, you blame WAEC for one, you blame a year education and penny for it's say almost so no almost supervisor and so no. A teacher for also so effort a day a womb. So because one almost the league system biaba Imma-Adiza league system nintino and the school bia per se WAEC this league in ba ye money school din send school ne di kan. And me feel say sa unnecessary a year challenger and I say I can see a air course no and also because me share crassy na so any beba na you say me
that is a say Bruni Becca's publicity stance.
Exactly. So intino say me yes me district away any other na fe ye bomb tutu near. Definitely the next time me so no kwan bia me fa so a mema bia me school say wo me region and me district in so abom homodin me dey me fa so, and that is leading to some of these leakages ahead. This is a problem. As a country, we need a national dialogue to make sure say you bet me ape sa dear kosono because it is giving the country a bad name. And young one was a brave bedroom, Ukra Ghana certificate crana, so what they call a year outside of Ghana. It will be scrutinized because what we are experiencing, and yet, and at the time, person you build your man, and now free education aba eboa ema omo mu ni bi eko school no eke wasi etimi sanitizing system no, then we get the right people.
Timi pacha ubra na ye bra abro so ntin udi si amaye no me de ba ko ne so
enti Imma-Adiza de me kan say WAEC a problem ye nipa ye wo oman no mu nsusu ne ye problem. Enti we need to have a broader consultation on how you basically manage your exams. And me suggesting they say WAEC, I believe say because of say omono omaye quantum cra omo share and so no, it does not give them any needs omo be share aye and share papa ama and so etimi aye de akoso yi intinu say betimi anya other bodies are almost be organizing exams at the ama students. I believe say sa adieno tucha ebeboa ama sanity abayen so heyem ewo Ghana.
Yo mesume da sepa makota me gadget mono ene ya o intini wie mu hweye na mu ntimi ntena me sunsum so intim pa cha say ye fane sen mebra Evans I ready on meto asomai MTN mu hweye na ne ya amatom no me dofo bi atom na chemi nti mu hweye mu de enya dada no matom no soko nti I should have a smooth internet away connection.
Yo, many about Emma. Okay, but what I
Me pacha metonka.
I say many atakasa ye. Na my menu as I say. Me ba he kasa me kasa bi ni wa out of the report. So or kasi me say mention say what the file na PDF file na on her findings one. Me kasa nyem na make a report ni say near trigger disturbance and the death of Kaka, my man findings one, we note from the onset that an examination of the entire evidence obtained clearly demonstrates that the death of Mohammed Ibrahim, aka Kaka, served as the catalyst that triggered the disturbances which took place in Edra on 28-29. So what is he saying? In the message on check it, friends and report to me. If you're not, if you're on can we. So I say, "Inti me no pa na meti every ho." You see, Emma, you see school issues. Yes, ampa. Brown answer. This leakage of exams across to Ghana. In effect, you know, she said, affected the quality of education we are putting up there. Understand? And then enhance student level competition and accurate, so I say, because they are both how no one advantage in that perspective, so I say. But baby, I'm pretty free say. I say at say the education is a formal education. Now we say a question be say adena and need a course, but a very free baby and maybe brave. I think say indeed corrupt nature suppose our work and can say because so be na mo hwe ye so and security aspect of questions in you guys mo custody enti eba saying na say be etimi creepy out before and corona control questions enti I think say when meet me can say be there's some sort of corrupt nature go how people are doing business because people are doing business illegal, it makes it corrupt, you understand? So yeah. Enti nem so say nei amanwa dey say I think children, the students have lack of preparation. Lack of preparation form. Said be okaso can ban we ba aban lack of preparation from because even till now students in their textbooks. These are some of the things that affect the quality of education. But at the end of the day, you are expecting say the children, the teachers will deliver, and then the students will also going to deliver at the end of the exam day. But in the situation, they are not delivering because textbooks are winning. And now one of the issues I think say, a conscientizing youth no. Many man you say, you need to do baby one way or the other. Yes, to say be a way to cheat. But procurement of past questions is one of the things I think say it mean my kwana doing ahotosu be say because that's what perspective because I think say hono that's a bank say okay, education itself no, it's a formal education and you train you pass from the 1 to 3 and you learn a lot. You do that course now makes it, but this is the situation is okay, no, we are not going to focus on the thing you are the curriculum, but you have to ask questions among. I remember saying time past questions our own expense yes 10 edition question. But about with the one past question on the ground, you say you are telling people not to learn. It's not directly to the people, but you see, Nipa be we are rational thinkers. And to me, I think that approach in so I say, nationalistic approach, it was wrong. Because people have been educated. But I say, education is a form of education, and you're training on, and not for exams. Exams can go school. We are going to talk past question, no pass, no. But you learn a lot. Because I think say my brother will testify say even you had this young. So you finance a bit of programming. I think that he confirmed that. Maybe finance, maybe programming, but they'll let you learn programming. So now they to build you up as we facing a fence. The world is not living on a fence on everything the digital. So these are some of the levels I did student be from prior to your fence or do exam. But you see, I am a person as a man. You focus on the problem, but not to see say or criticize your person. You don't like, but anka pony panasem. But sabay when it's a problem number. Mama yanka a problem existed that, but intimate say as in the social bad ebe was situation. The master said the quality of education has been on time. It is gradually declining. Even the so the Ghana education paper could be it's very, very difficult. And then I learned and to Carboni, I say very soon we have to write a fence and translate before we go to the university. So where are we going as a country? So I say. Until now, we say a day being a going forward as a nation, should prepare for the future. Because the human capital is the base, is the future of for national development. Until you go anywhere, some man, let's say me and education, so I say, being it free or whatever it is, no. Let's say me and compare. It comes with investment in infrastructure, because you know, say Ghana as we speak, your infrastructure huge deficit because you know, can say a man forced to school with me, I say. So what you say? I feel being and then SEA have skill base and a program tailored towards the labor market. I remember I said John Dramani Mahama time no, on these stakeholders of HCI, and not because there's a mismatch between the labor market demands and the student coming out. Understand? Because Obiakoya, I said, there is no, I mean.
Yo, any article idea, yebeshe, Mr. Semak Atawa, on be my final conclusion na yen share so otimi remwa na aye watwa swamaye. Ntino.
Yeah, Imma-Adiza.
Yes, sweet brother.
Midasi bebre. Intino said yeah canon and it said I think say I am agreeing with Miniano on this call because when it comes to education, a national issue. But you see, NDC4, I have a problem with them. While Korea will say this issue has been in existence, but now no opesa or say as a MPP and a problem number. So which one do you want us to agree with? So it is a problem, a national problem. We should find solutions to the problem as a country, because the effect edibebano enye maye as of man. So enye maye as of man. And for me, not everything that was here dear politics. Enye bibia na was here dear politics. So and the politicization of issues no a year NDC for dead. It does not help. It does not help. The attorney said a problem I face as of mine. How do we deal with it? So because say you can't examination leakages are me can say infrastructure minim baby infrastructure a year directly going to solve the problem of leakages. Infrastructure yin say you that deficit no and ushe MPP abanya or born homodin. Imma-Adiza the last time you saw me say Kumasi school ben e wo honoma and ne wo honoma aban no NCC adan e wo school no aban no is making sure say or expand the infrastructure all the existing schools. The government is solving the issue of infrastructure. Into that one, it is being dealt with. And
that's right.
Yeah, now you perceive say I say aban no emfa 4 years and solving all the problems we have as a country. Imma-Adiza, it is not possible. It is not possible.
Really?
Because we are building a country. And building a country, no, a process. It is not an event.
But Semakata meba mukakra na makebia. On say Nana fit year no one. Intino senka adie bi eda na kuma so very important bia. He should have started in his first term. If he said
Imma-Adiza, which of the promises are Nana all starting here?
School no dear now best started from scratch and 350 no.
Imma-Adiza, the last time
everybody has
Imma-Adiza, the last time the last time I told you, say, uye efie penny, wakwa kodru fie. Ukodru fie no, na wadwen ni say, uko fia, kwa kofa ebia nipa 50, edi omo akọ eye soldier. Ukodru fie no, wakwa hu say, say nipa 50 wo fie wo nyina me de omo ko soldier emwa because ye be here teacher ni, ye be here lawyer, ye be here we. So you have to re-strategize and make sure say you solve the existing problem no and sana there would one kind of no why they what to one among and that is what is happening because no question me say you could see 300 and I'm telling you Imma-Adiza no cranny say sa school adan aban sisi in the existing schools no senka okase wo si sa ankran schools na enka sa 350 na okano yesi etwam. Yes, wow. But the thing is, abaya or ye very proactive. Na sebi onim say when there is an existing problem, you deal with the existing problem. Now when you say my chef boss intinu chinchina, I was me koye. Now at the end of the day, no, the existing problem no is still widening. Intino, I'm telling you, go to every school, every secondary school in Ghana now. Ubehu one building or the other. Koso. Ebimu ye completed. And Imma-Adiza the other day me catch us say go to all the various schools. Media person. Ka believe says information with you. Senye say be a politics.
I know.
Senye politics now who was our information?
Oh, I know the because but that wasn't the promise. That's the difference.
And I mean,
those time, during JM Mills time, ekoso. It's in no enshedanye nwanwa bia say a super something because what we were expecting was starting from the scratch.
Over 3,000 buildings. Yes, you see, in the existing schools are expanding infrastructure, and it is nothing.
Oh, and America say, at the end, it's nothing. No, me say, dear Mills, Mahama time, ABC. And for 4 times ABC, into that one is not a news.
Exactly.
But news, is 350 schools starting from the scratch. That one is news. Dear me no workano, workai and mako check it. Ebi wa baby almost high school. Kumasi girls St. Louis. Ebi but no, 350 no. Me call and Mr. Dama me from 2008. Dear Mills Mahama me ko hu bi o KNUST. Me ame de me bisa o mo chere me. Ebi wo ho ebi kwa ya wie ankola na kom ebi si common fund ebi si ade Kumasi girls chese Wesley school Prempeh College me ko ni nyina my SR research ni nyina I know but they're starting from the scratch no and none the and none the anyhow
Imma-Adiza me
in action
me da se pass watimi Ajia tum say no kwasem ni
school
say we are solving a particular problem and say existing schools and was say you try see a bear expanding so bekaya President Mahama schools or CC no say baby or CC binum esi no amount for 8 min school and MPP are buying afande say ma edanisi ho ense kwa it is say most of the buildings no ye building boarding facilities e dia e aka ho e be attract students amoma e that is a government or ye very proactive now when him say problems or how we solve problems ye make problems no worse that act we are solving the problems we have in our infrastructure, educational infrastructure. No, we are solving that problem. That is that. But the American say examination more practices are air course no. Me mom dear, me who say the fact that WAEC and Kwane the only examining body, no, that is the reason why Emma problems were a keep on and on. And now can the Abani can echina say share and no kwanya. We will come back to discuss the same issue. Because one, ye pana a woman said we want to cheat at every point in time. That is our attitude. And Imma-Adiza, you cannot deny that fact. Because students be about the school or pekwan or be fast or be pass.
And not dear.
Into student in a call be fast or be passing. So feel so cheska on your results ni free and answer when your papers ni free baby and a bemana pass your but what we the examining body no and she say ye ben and now they are two also that is where the problem is. That is where the problem is. For me, one, WAEC, so mo be ye mo edwuma yi a, omo for omo emo ye your friend is saying. Invigilation no, they should make sure some be there. Be mo de so ani a omo no obi di bibi ba de ntai so omo ye de. Omo ye. And two, the fact that they print papers all the way from Accra, not distribution chain no, so long. Until within that distribution chain, no, one of my recommendations would be say, at least enka every district biano, WAEC as an examiner body no, omunya a printing press, a bewo honum, a banisa, the distribution a very shorter. Until these kind of discrepancies are the Emma questions no, out no. And solve the problem no entirely there, but a bit near to Sukaka. But so printing question and the dear free Accra, Edeba, also the police ni atna ebia kamu, police ni no, any nipa omoba no munina ye nipa. They can be enticed in any way. I'm almost like I submit it. But what I say, because and then nipa essence say obe protecting the integrity. So, nipa any discount say essence obe protecting the integrity. For me, the problem is with WAEC. The problem is with yen nipa ye wo on my no. And I believe say systems should be put in place. I bet media keteli sa happenings, because a good ye man no anymore say. A good ye man anymore say. Yo, Imma-Adiza, Intino, and ne Jumediano said the medical canon. There should be a national dialogue. Na yenshe entnase as of mine. Yempe a better way. You bet me examination bodies are exams no at least the integrity of every exam say no. You bet me highly protected. And for me, I think that this calls for a national dialogue. Na adwenchrenye de embra. Na yinhu kwan be fa so e be si saade we anu kwan and I say WAEC anso na e ya e kwan omo fa so e hwe omo nipa omo ye vigilation ni ade no omo mpe kwan pa bi so mfa omo the better remuneration e be ma omo so no atwe omo afri say omo kwaje bribe any ade and na afi so no ye decentralize printing processes no ye mfa nko district level at least any district level the regional level there me feel say betimi aboa kakra. Now, in terms of your friends, a distribution chain, no, a son take a crack. Now, you printed questions free in crime. Near the all the various, sa crime, Tietian, and our content, a bit me corruption near the Adibi I cost one my questions 9 days. A Pia Bontin, because and then on my muni padu do corrupt, and we want to get money in easy fashion. Oh, and then only a problem, no. And
easy way out syndrome.
Yeah, we are corrupt by nature. Until this one far and brand systems and move on one, obetimi see Sanya Manano Kwaya, giving the opportunity to be a bayer, the Bema Sikaye de Abani Butum. Until that is our problem, and that will be some of the suggestions I may say Abino in Yabotre now on making sure say you bring a national dialogue to solve these problems.
Okay. Me da se pa. Na me hwe se me bra Evans aba. Ai ti pa cha obeto aso amaye. Yeah, the emre baako ni nyina be kan nti wo be 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Emma me da say. Say. Em this year na me kan be. Me no kasa okasa ohun say e fe ne say infrastructure to help, but no say ye hwe or how na e leakages na. I think say ye hwe in generality in effect them by education so ankasa. So what I say. And no be ni ewo e fe be octopus effect. I see a free. I mean, other sources of a day or how we buy the fence. A Sunday or how bad school so a year this young cassa, a condition once a month. Inti say, Sebio, you no cassa, who count, Mamma do it clear. I want to say politics, a be a politics, maybe an one to us, a politics near a leader making a decision. That's what I say. Inti Argentina will make a decision now. Obi say or no on or criticize it's in your own good. Because no say dress I say the achia. Intimini when say as far as the leader is taking decision in respect to governance now. Bibi Ababiano, you the leader, we need to question you. It doesn't make it politics. But we use as some I can a new and I say no. And no credit. And what make it politics? So what I say. Inti so what say on who say a best solve a problem. Ye musa say a den ko ba ye ko ba say student dem prepare ye. Because me no ka say on no be confirm say come an ye ko school and ye try 5 months 1 month to school sana we mu twa na e den na akofaba infrastructure issue. So infrastructure ni ho na fi aband system say okay sadia because a student ntimi nsua de enye nothing anything. You have to pass question, which is exam based in Mawena. It affects what do you call it, the quality of education. Until therefore, say you have infrastructure based new way. Now say student can go to school without this green yellow thing. It in a way also reducing this form of offense and more practices because human beings in nature are corrupt. To understand? In terms of school, entire term already also corrupt. Now one man angle. So I say. So I think say to me say infrastructure based on case and politics. It's not politics. Because me no can say education is I'm not forced to go school in Riase. We need to fight for this as a nation. That's what I say. I feel some can't see with the national dialogue. You see, sometimes one more because will be a politics, one not politics. As CS to Ghana, I call it several times. Say, there is a problem with the policy implementation of the free teachers. And Kayantas near she because I buy Buana. So what I say, he knows it. He doesn't give yet to some of these things. Until you bear then, yes, I'm lucky on dialogue on this. I agree with you that the decentralization of and printing of papers is 100% suggestion is good. So I say, but we cannot shift from the truth. So I say, in an octopus way, or how would be a source of problem like the leakage by fencing, exam system. And infrastructure to me and forget it. Because free education is getting more students into the classroom. People can't get a place to sit. So what I say, I don't see one of the areas as a man. And you see, I think say or can I ask Uncle say and then infrastructure because also say they don't need 5 years to to expand the what do you call it infrastructure. They need more than that. Why do you say this? And I can say we meet number projects bear 10. Mahama community day. And now so be no big casana ya kusi sigurum. You see has my wanka. And when yes school see depend on. Some of this now can on politics. I didn't casaka way. Here among for school green yellow. Busanse bois. And then it was a qua. Inti Emma she has seen us a casama each party. I let them pinpoint. So I said, say na buy yes, okay, say the whole Kumasi school be a project. Where community day and we see room one boa Emma. Where Pacoso meeting up about 15 Kumasi. We say Asante Mamunka are going to me cry a finishing Mahama I. Do you think our student our people will be going to
school in a crowd? Yes, me, you have my mebemua. Kumasi Kumaka ene Jache Pramso Prempe College ni nyina na esimrem ne kro ni nyini koto no ye swani nyina 80s ni nyina ye hu se schools no ukwa sister school a St. Louis St. Monica's ni nyina na ewunrem nti ekro ni developing na beto school no nti school kra de ensi krom na expansion project na so de aban bi aba oye me findings ana etre me nti no eno say no obi aba oye nti nhyɛ da anya big deal.
You see, I'm per se,
If I tell customer me,
I'm per se, yeah, we have to be honest with ourselves when I say it's a Parkos community day school, Agrekenzema, Banka community, Adubura, Adujama, Dobonso. When na sentiment was on training or you call you see, as also, I dance tepa. When na school, a dry year can was for first topic, community day school, are people inside. The last time I was in Ghana, Adenta filling station. Nice one was there. When you when you should there. Intimi and the leakages as a main what do you call it, a subject on it without talking about its effect on the quality of education. Because the students in our past, corona said to a medication. So where are we going as a country? So these are the things. So when I say no casa, this be specific. You see, one infrastructure because they know say for the past 5 years, when to me pinpoint say na ya. You see, now I say blue asante hen and penifon when kasa we move. Make I say a man na a fencing when pa agenda one or hina ujina otufo na me bo dia ka say mo say I Ghana for say one genie one say a year say what the unwie. It's just a sample the way keke. You see, these are things I can say. You need to mean there. Yes, why I decentralization of papers and blah 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 and the crop nature of it. I think even partnership, private partnership with a WIAC exam board. I think say a bit me aboa, but I think it's a framework next year because Sierra as a nation, I don't think ground. Now quite more worse than as a king. But again, I foresee education for me that part there. Yes, planning infrastructure is also one. Now, the idea of going to procure fencing passports for students is bad. I think government should supply textbooks because textbooks from the basic but beyond family because the whole everybody base now every the secondary school. And you cannot leave this fact and go and stand at the top. So you are talking about the leakages of exam. These are the basic. These are the foundation of which as part of a course this kind of leakages. In education is a page actually money that. Into tunasia. Yeah, that's in tunasia. Intima, I'm saying, kakra meeting about education and
okay, Mate. Na mekoswa na mada ya yadofo ahwefo so ase na semakata ewo final conclusion bi oho a ebre na ebiwom or final rebuttal ebi oho a obetimi a rebuttal na ono eso abisum na yehu ne yede akogu
yo Imma-Adiza nze minia Evans neno I don't know, but when we talk of infrastructure, I believe say maybe yenya time na yenhwe eniema ni ye. At the time MPP ebeso aban no mu no na in terms of enrollment na it say in the existing schools a increase over 35%. Ebra free SHS there ebaye no.
Eno de
So, the numbers that we had in the existing schools, no, there is no way as a policy because I now coaches school. Who bet me at taking all those numbers, no, into schools need be or what that. And opesa what say, a year Mahama Sabi day schools now CCN. MPP has not done anything. That is not true. That is not true. And there are evidences. Say most of the schools are a war a chronitono. Imma-Adiza now what can say Prempene wo emuram ni ade. Prempe wo muram na boarding school. Nobody will build a day school, not their kwako say muram.
Said I'm betting up school buses.
Exactly.
School buses. Na
Exactly.
ko school. Na security aye tight.
Enti no, no na yen ya adwene no, yen ya ban adwene ne say ye beye ne saa no, let us build boarding facilities. And accommodate and beye because that is what we are doing. Everything is on course. But the attorney say, many even senior anti-assay say, governance and now say solving problems, no, it is not an event, a process. Omo buying, senka. Oka say still schools did that in no. NDC has had governance stints for 27 years out of the 62 and 64 years as a minor. NDC how much did they solve the problems in our educational infrastructure? How much did they solve it? But what did they senka? Yes, solve anka MPP by almost CCB no, and we are dealing with the problem. So the problem, yes, are we solving the problems? Yes. And I gave you example. Go to each of the secondary schools there is some form of expansion going on, and you cannot deny it. One can say Imma-Adiza, what confirm it. And that is a way of solving the problem. Intermediate events, infrastructure problem, solve it. But the enemy can say, you can't examination leakages. For me, and me, my infrastructure no will be a secondary consideration, and yet primary. Infrastructure no yet primary because akwala kwa train so we na so kwa cheating no systems be na was you put in place na dey infrastructure no there we are still on it ho adwuma the Imma-Adiza educational problems no many events in na yagiatum say as of mine we need to solve the problem, and that is what this government is doing. Government in the buy no on sabi on chichire in sangu. The problems are being solved. A lot of students are being enrolled into our educational system. MPP Aban is doing the best that we can, and it is the best you can ever talk of under this Fourth Republic. No government can ever compare itself to a infrastructural progress also in second cycle schools. No government. No government can compare to this Akubadu's administration.
What do you see?
Me dansi bebre.
What our dog for na see?
Imma-Adiza me dansi bebre say ne wa makwanya say me nchia adofo ene nchia kese enko emfama eye miankasa me dofo akosi adobia baabi a wo a otie eye okunu kwankwachi bia no me chiawo afi so enchia kese enko emfama eye awa menua awa Berlin enchia enko emfama afi so eye opon oduku upon medasi bebre any contributions are or they support to this program. Yami shafe so mechia Nana Boating communications director. And now so no. The attorney say afia ye ba besimu no. MPP Germany kwa bato nti entia kese confirm prospective candidates nyina obi a waye na adwen say obeba befa forms no a contest bia no enchia kese emfa nkoma obi bia afi so Imma-Adiza wankasa mechiawo ene wadi dwuma na mmani aso ohun so ayefa yie pa nti mema na osi omo wachi no me ka krom se ne oba
medase
insuo dokodoko ni bi ema wonom ansa na medase bebre
medase nyankopon sha oso sa me pacha matemeka Miss Medase it's pacha me bra Evans so ho
no how na massive unze my issue be that we are no akofa infrastructure no kwa no akase and your secondary matter now no can textbook they have effect to education so have effect on examination leakages and the past question so what I say mini ata na me can say you see mobile program say won't mean can you won't mean more one project. Now cause then the be a secondary school or project one. Bodi mama udin 10. Bodin say na yes. You didn't say secondary school A. You see, be specific. Near can say. Abai bason. Again, na why? Uka can say any gusu, and a gusu. Now, say, 1 year no being can, after 27 years, na DC. Saba, we moved the baby year. Moved the baby year for 1992. Obey to 16 years. Infrastructure paying na my year in terms of education. And this is 3 universities. Yeah, university, that's what I'm okay. What can I say? Enrollment at the increase? Yes, enrollment increase here. And then Tina value for money, you can value for money. NDC projects a year days community discussion. I don't know abandon. So what is say community discussion? Can Sankamutimi near Mutimi really now more the student Ikuma. This Sankamino Kasenka, you know Moko Green Blue. Inti I'm saying a year come was a minty, and my time can say 5 years in. Muslim sitting the munsi back. Into can't go. I said, oh, it's here, Adama, not in the aquarium. And there be a expansion. One year in terms of education, you kind the history of Ghana. And Panya, we in Kumafua, where investing heavily in education is the NDC. You know, university in our hall. It's the region more with you. So many universities our hall. 123 community days through across the country. Won't make it specific. School paying the mercy in this years. 5 years.
It's a me Evans, yen fancy nachi our dofonian cotton, a brenna a break.
Yo, Imma-Adiza, that's it. This in America, and before there, when you're in Canada, was it secondary school in was Yegusu? You say you're not 8 years, nothing. You, Emma, Mecha, one Casameda, said Ugusu, Munyam Remai, just said Mecha Amaros. Now, Mecha, your founder, and okay. Now, Dr. Lauren, Dr. Michelle, will be our after Michelle Madofunina, Madame Back, your friend Espiro, Nafi, a friend Bobo Canada, Nina Micham, Michino Bibia, Mentimi Amundi, and T. Radinko Bibia, Emma, no, my so. Now, I best as a you program me a Yagana and yin I drink. So, say, Ibia, Kabibia, Uncle, yeah, number the Yako and Masoman. It was so done, said Ghana, ever fun to my picture, if we said you about one in some. Na a say NDC for you now. Mamuna say Manchester at Munina Brand. Now, yes, I gonna for say Muntua Banwing because you're here or the abandonment of Bushia for. Into breaking 18 is a must because the lawlessness is too much, the corruption is, ceiling, high ceiling. Chronism is too much. The borrowing, Emma, rather can't be Ghana.
Okay.